Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Galey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. And welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a broadcast of light, and we are here today on this date, September 12th, to reclaim this day as a new Earth Day. And how fitting is it that we're going to be looking at the shadow today, healing past trauma, and actually infusing our day with love. Clearing the past to bring in the new. This is our New Earth mission. My guest today is Vandana Atara. She is founder of Vandana's Light Healing, and she's here to talk about the shadow work and how we can love it, honor it, and integrate it. Vandana, welcome.
Loren, thank you. Such a joy, honor, and pleasure to be here once again with you and your lovely listeners. And yeah, happy New Earth today. Happy New Earth Day today. And also happy full moon tomorrow. So we still have some shifts that we can really get into to just unpack things that we don't need to focus on or accentuate on the full moon, especially it's a Piscean full moon tomorrow evening. So this is perfect, auspicious, and divine timing that we're meeting today in the quantum realms for this quantum conversation.
Thank you. Yes, September 12th, we are owning it and relieving the past. I know that right, there's we're just reclaiming it, and I welcome that for everyone. I know there was a lot of pain. The date in history yesterday was actually a big wake-up call. So we honor that, and we honor everyone's journey. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry because it feels like, that's still.
I'm getting the chills, the angel bumps, I call them too, because I actually
You're in
that day. I'm in New York City. I mean, I'm in Brooklyn, but I actually saw lots of stuff. And I won't get into the details because we know that whatever we place our attention on will just grow and expand, especially with these rapidly accelerated times that we're living in. And we don't want to focus on, the past, but we want to learn from it, take the lessons, because though that, difficulty, adversity, challenges, tragedies even will actually crack open our hearts. And then we could step right back into embodying and occupying our holy divine hearts. So, but yeah, we want to focus on creating new memories or new possibilities in a very consciously creative and cosmic way. And that's why I bring these tools today, so we could illuminate our shadows and recognize the gifts and the strengths, as well as the wisdom that these so-called shadow archetypes embody.
Yes, thank you for that. Very well said. And we all agree too. The acceleration of time, wow. It's incredible. What's going on now is that everything, we've been talking about this, everything is being upgraded on many levels. I mean, look at this program. Even this program, we're working to upgrade it in a new Earth way. We're bringing together a community, a new Earth community, because it really is time to mobilize. And it's no longer about individuals as each individual, but it's about the group and the collective. And there's a great power in uniting together in that way. So these energies, wow, I mean, here we are today at a special time. And I thank you for that, Vandana, because to shift and mix things up is really kind of like, whoa, but it's so fun and exhilarating when we do. So this is something for everyone to keep in mind. We stay open to flowing with the energies because we're centered in the heart. So we do things that are exciting and that feels right. And we create that way too. So that's what we look forward to once we get rid of this baggage. So that's what we're going to talk about today is the shadow, really healing the shadow because we cannot take it with us to new earth, right? We got to leave it behind. So before we get there and talk about that, I want to ask you about your beautiful name, Vandana. This name was given to you by a very sacred being, Vandana. Explain that.
Yeah, I love the way you pronounce it so melodically. I really appreciate that. Everything is about based on sound and vibration, energy, frequency, vibration, right?
Mm,
So, I mean, it is important to, um, to how you pronounce your name, the letters in the name and everything, the how it spells out and how you say it and what you feel when you say the name. So vibrationally, Vandana um, was gifted to me by Divine Mother Amrita or Amachi, who is better known as the Hugging Saint from India. She's called a hugging saint because she performs miraculous blessings called darshans in the form of a hug and an embrace. And she represents unconditional love as my name does. So she actually blessed and gifted me, Amma did, with this name many, many years ago. And I didn't feel that I actually embodied that high of a vibration about 9 or 10 years ago when she gifted me this name. So it's interesting. So for many years, I didn't use this name. Although I wanted to, I didn't feel that maybe I was a good representation of that name or I wasn't perfect enough. So again, we have the shadow sides of all of us coming through that sometimes can unconsciously create our lives in ways that limit us or make us feel smaller than others. And so, breaking through that perfectionist archetype um, or any other unworthiness, vows that were ancestrally inherited or generationally passed on, breaking through the masks and the stories of of false identities, really going into an inner standing of my soul truth. Eventually, I was able to unravel and unpack all the lies of limitation that just limited me and kept me in this, sort of hidden, was really, really hiding my light until I was fully ready, willing, and able as soul to embody all of the qualities of this name. And Vandana also means namaste. It means putting your hands together in prayer. It's a very holy, high vibrational frequency. So every time you say the name, you're bringing in, that sort of respect for yourself and for others. It's an honor to actually be called this name. So thank you for asking.
Vandana,
Yeah,
Vandana,
love
Vandana.
it.
I love that.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
it's this story of the your spiritual identity, connection with your soul. Funny how the ego comes in to question all of it. But look at what you did when you surrendered. You now work with divine surgeons. You're open to the
Yes.
invisible realms and the guides and the beings that you work with. And so thank you for surrendering the ego to your soul and embracing this beautiful name. So would you say that ego is the shadow work? The shadow, it's related to the ego, or is it? Or let's talk about that.
Yes. I mean, everything is related to ego, but there's the positive aspect of the ego and then the negative one, which tends to blind us from our sovereignty and our grace and our divine birthright and spiritual inheritance of love, of abundance, of ease, space, and grace. So the ego always plays a part, and my ego is not, like by far perfected, or else I wouldn't be here. I'm still learning. I mean, the soul lessons are still coming, even more so with with the higher you go, the higher vibration you embody, the more lessons your soul is ready to recognize and work on and unravel and unpack, so you can be free of all of that density, the 3D density, and move into the higher realms. But it's a balancing act, isn't it? And the shadows are really based on mostly early on experiences, childhood, when we're developing, especially the first 6 years of our lives. We tend to suppress the parts of us that contain our greatest gifts. And it sounds ironically nonsensical, really, if you look at it. But if we're not encouraged to express, just to express our authentic selves, our authentic beings, and share our gifts, and really be ourselves and live an authentic life, if we're not encouraged or empowered by, let's say, parenting, improper parenting, and most of us don't have perfect parents by far, some healthier than others. But if you were raised by, immature, narcissistic, or highly distracted parents, and they weren't really available to reward you for your gifts, or even recognize or appreciate your gifts, then we tend to hide them and stuff them deep inside, because of this need to be liked, loved, approved of, and acknowledged, especially by our family members and by the greater community. So that's why these shadows, so-called shadows, are just archetypes. They're just archetypal energies of our true selves, that we not only have felt safer to hide from others and the world, but remain so hidden for so long, so buried for so long, that we've forgotten who we are ourselves. And we keep spinning out and reliving and recreating those looping systems, those lies, those false identities, as if they were real and true. And then we wonder why we feel so drained and depleted. It's very funny. Funny not in a ha-ha way, but funny in an ironic way. But the more we recognize that it's not just us and it's not our fault, and especially if our parents were wounded, so, and this is intergenerationally, ancestrally, it's even in our DNA, then it gets passed on to us, right? And then our parents are not mature enough, emotionally mature enough, to pass on this emotional intelligence. And yeah, I can go on, but that's the basic.
And many light workers and people listening to shows like this totally signed up to clear and transmute all of that pain and trauma, right? It's like we came into families where we took on a lot of that distortion. Yeah. And as we are adults as well, we can break those patterns, and we break it with love. And so listening to you talking, it's like when we do have to shut down as a child, and not express that authentic self, we are really cutting off our heart. That's our hearts as children. We just want to express from there. Yes. That's why when we talk about our passion matrix and doing what we love, we always go back to this time of the child when our hearts were open and we did know what we loved because we were being it. So as we shut ourselves down, that's really how the mind takes over, isn't it? The ego fully locked comes in and overrides the heart.
And it's natural, and it's actually a self-defense mechanism. It happens unconsciously, unawarely, to protect ourselves, to keep ourselves feeling safe in these cloaks of invisibility. And that's why we tend to erect all of this dense armor, and we wear these false masks in society to be, to fit in, to be like everyone else. And what that does is it diminishes our gifts, it hides our light, and it blocks us from expressing who we truly are, because in each shadow contain the greatest life force energy, prana, ki, chi, but also the greatest treasures, our strengths, our gifts, our courage, our wisdom, and really our clarity, like the truth of who we are. And so it's harder, and it's really draining and depleting. It's actually exhausting, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, but on a soul level, because we experience a form of soul loss. And then we feel empty inside. We feel that we don't have everything, that we don't have what it takes to really fulfill or manifest our dreams, our greatest visions and desires. So we've kind of given up in a very, in a, it's kind of sad. It is, but when we pull off those veils, those masks, and we drop the armor, and we allow ourselves, as the parents, the mother and father, in a way of reparenting our inner child, when we allow ourselves to step into that role, then we can actually feel safe in our vulnerability, safe being seen, and trusting that we're always divinely guided and supported in each and every moment, and that it's okay to just be yourself and stop resisting who you are. That you don't have to continuously try or prove yourself to anyone, or validate like who you are or why you're here, or your right to love. Like, you have your inner mother and father, or I call them your own godparents or spirit guide, your guardian of your child body, right, is always sort of overseeing and overlighting you. And that's when the blessings come, because they replace the burdens. So the blessings transmute the burdens, and then you could start stepping more and more into feeling whole, holy, complete, and comfortable in the skin that you were born in. You don't have to get triggered so easily or overreact. That's how you know the old shadows are like, kind of like wanting to be noticed, to rise up, to be healed, resolved, and transmuted. And they're going to keep coming up through messages, through relationships, through, whatever happens in your work life or in your home life. It's mostly your family members that trigger us the most, that really know how to push our buttons, and that contain the greatest charges. But we don't want to walk around feeling that other people can control our moods, our feelings, or that we don't have a choice in how we would rather be feeling. We want to rise above all of that. And that's why we do the shadow work, so we can illuminate the shadows, but honor why they exist in the first place, and uncover the greatest gifts and those treasures, those pearls of wisdom that are lying inside that so-called shadow self.
Okay, beautiful. We're going to experience a process for our group where we can look into something within ourselves. Before we get there, I want to just comment on what you said, because truly, as I was listening to you explain that so beautifully, I saw how, even in my own life, it's like caring what other people think, or the shadow side. These really are tethers that keep us from doing our best. So the shadow, it's like tethers. Those could be false belief systems. And so we got to get we got to get done with those. Anything that takes us out of our bliss and our connection to source, our,
Yes.
as you called it, our divine inheritance, the gifts of divine inheritance, well-being,
Yes.
positive, love, gratitude, compassion. Anything that takes us out of there is shutting down our heart, and it needs to be looked at. And so this is where we really become aware of being unconscious in that way. So let's do a process for our group, because there's so many layers, so many layers in all aspects. And it really comes down to, I guess, one word: judgment of ourselves and others. And we really got to stop all that. But it's the triggers that also make us go into judgment. So
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, Loren, most of these so-called shadows, these archetypes, and I just want to name a few. Like there's a victim, there's a victimizer, there is
a rescuer.
The rescuer, the judge, the inner judge and critic, who could be your mother and father. Even if they pass on, you're still, there's a part of you that is still trying to command, control, and manipulate you, or get you to do things you don't want to do, or force you to be someone that you're just not. So, and then there's the prostitute, where you, on a soul level, maybe you are friends or lovers or marry someone who, just because you don't feel safe alone, and so you kind of prostitute yourself for the sense of financial stability, or emotional security, or whatever it is. So there are different ways that we sell our souls and prostitute ourselves. So there's that one. But yeah, the perfectionist, like I mentioned before, if you notice, Lauren, any pop-ups, I call them apps or pop-ups, like these default
like
systems. Yeah, these default systems, we all have these default programs that come up. They're deeply conditioned and embedded on a cellular level, on a muscular level. These are memories. These are real feelings and memories of shock, stress, struggle, or trauma that came up growing up, that made you feel that it's just safe to swallow your feelings and not to speak up and to be hidden, because in fact that was probably true. But the problem lies in that it's not true anymore. Just like thousands of years ago, we actually had to hide in caves from, like wild animals, or else we'd be eaten by a tiger. So then we still have this amygdala, the limbic system in our brainstem, our lower brain, that's still, it's like the survival brain. It's still, that mechanism is still very much running and real. But when we can instantly recognize and become multidimensionally aware and truly conscious of these patterns and programs, and a shadow is one of them, then it can change. And then we can say, wow, that happened, that's real, I accept it. And what if I could just be with it without trying to force it away or deny the reality that actually took place? That doesn't, that it's not significant. It's not more powerful than me. It wasn't my fault. Yeah, it happened then, but now I have the tools and the awareness where I can, love that part of me, and I can merge with that part of me and accept the light and the shadow. And, and really that's the most important part of this journey, is recognizing, okay, I'm suffering now. Why am I suffering? Because I'm triggered. Why? Just keep going into the self-inquiry mode, just why, instead of just assuming that your life is horrible and that you're really messed up and you need like years of therapy, which never, when you talk about your problems, it helps. It just really reinforces the fact that you think you have a problem, or that you're not perfect enough, right? So when you recognize all of that, you can say, okay, I feel this way right now, and it doesn't mean I'll always be feeling this way. It doesn't mean I have to suffer anymore. Yeah, I suffered. Yeah, I actually was victimized. Doesn't mean I have to victimize other. I don't have to be asleep anymore. I can truly wake up to, you know, to the truth of who I am, and I can take my powers back. I can reclaim my birthright to feel safe and supported in this world, right? And to do what I came here to do. So never take anything personally. If you start taking things personally, then you can go into that drama and trauma, and then all of the old shadows will look like these ghosts and these monsters that just want to, you know, like feed off of your life force energy. I call them hungry ghosts. And they just want to, you know, like you're like food for them, you know, that's how they stay around. So you don't have to be food for anybody. And you can instead just pop back into the temple of your own sovereign body temple, right? And so just start loving that and say, wow, okay, it happened then. Now I get it. You know, that was, you know, all of that suffering was really based on a misunderstanding. And it was no one's fault. And if I felt wounded or victimized, it's only because the people who I felt wounded from or victimized by didn't love themselves, and they didn't have this awareness, and they were sleeping and they were unconscious. And now I can let this go. I can ho'oponopono it and say thank you with gratitude and focus on the good and the blessings that have come out of that difficult lesson or series of lessons. So I just wanted to point that out before we begin. So are you ready?
Beautiful. That is true alchemy, really. That's
Yes.
what alchemy is. We are ready, goddess. Thank you.
So let's anchor to all of this new earth energy right now from the emerald new earth under our feet. And just breathe up the earth all the way up the front and the back of us, left and right, front and back. Taking some nice, smooth and soft, slow breaths, and breathing up all that vitality, that energy, and all of the flora, fauna from the ley lines and timelines in the inner earth realms, right? And just kind of really dig your feet, the soles of your feet, deep, deep down into the inner earth grids and the inner sun, and just pull up and breathe up and just allow all of the clean, pristine air, the clean, fresh, pure waters and new life potential to move and rise up from the inner earth, from Agartha, from Amenti, from Talos, all the way up through you, through the front and back of you, and all the way up your core, from the core of the earth. And just let all of that, those sort of bursts of energy and vitality and energy move up through the top of your crown. And now we're going to invite in the Ascension Christed grid masters and archangels. So Archangel Metatron. Let's invite in your godparents, the divine healing intervention teams. Dr. Lorfan from planet Sirius or planet Arcturus on star Sirius, and all of the star shamans, star doctors, the spirit surgeons. And let's invite in the holy healing hunas and kahunas and the Himalayan doctors and masters from the inner earth realms, from the Great White Lodge. And let's invite in the Great White Brotherhood and Sisterhoods of the Roses, the Himalayan masters, rishis, saints, angels, archangels, and the archeas, the divine twin complement or the divine feminine counterpart of the archangels. And let's invite in your zodiac planetary archangels as well. And your godparents, your soul families, your higher selves, You're mighty, majestic, empowered, potent, strong, safe, sovereign. I am that I am presence. Just breathe into all of that, and 3 more deep, slow, and smooth, soft breaths of light. And now the light is becoming golden, platinum, and it's radiating, spiraling, dancing, descending down. With the spiritual and physical solar rays, the solar powers empowering you, awakening a beautiful multifaceted diamond heart. That's around the solar system, and allow all of this energy to come in and to move down and around you, cleansing, clearing, purifying, detoxifying all the shadows, your field, shadows within you, shadows outside of you and around you. And just breathe in that light and allow all of that solar light, the crystal light, the starlight, the moonlight, the liquid light, to illuminate your shadows, to move down through and all around you. And wherever you have shadows, wherever you have wounds, wherever you've stuffed, suppressed, and buried your feelings, your true self, your voice, your heart, wherever you stop trusting your gut, wherever there are shadows deep, deep down into your gut, I want you to breathe into your heart, breathe into your gut, breathe into your lungs, your lower, middle, and upper, higher lungs, your rib cage, your bronchial tubes, your voice box, larynx, trachea, and just on the out breath, feel that all of this trouble, trauma, and tension is dissolving, is diffusing, is discharging the untrue parts of you and awakening what is true and what is you, what is good, what is right, what is beautiful and magical, powerful, peaceful. So inviting back your soul presence now, your soul powers, your soul vitality, and allowing Dr. Lorfan and the overlighting acupuncturists and the angels of surgery to begin to start working on you galactically and cosmically. And they're just inserting these very sort of celestial microscopic needleless needles, just like you were having an acupuncture session, unlocking and unblocking the stuck energy the barriers, the burdens, blocks, and shields, right? And then having that space to reclaim, to recover and retrieve your divinity, your multidimensional magical mastery. And let's call in the doctors of high magic to help us even further. So on the out breath, everyone is exhaling all of the dead light, the false light, the debris, the dis-ease, and replacing, reprinting yourself with pieces of stars, with flowers of life, with sacred crystal geometries, with the star medicine that we're all made of. So just start breathing now into your lower bellies, and on the out breath, exhaling and releasing, discharging all of the negativity, the false energies, entities, and beings that are not kind and loving. So this is less than kind and less than loving benevolent beings, or memories of those less than kind and less than loving friends, partners, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, children, parents, and even ancestors that you inherited and witnessed their shadows. And as an empath, you absorbed, stored, and internalized your family's shadows and the soul of your family. So let's just return. Your higher self is in the lead, is in charge of this. And at the same time, the etheric acupuncture, galactic, cosmic intervention, all of these divine healing hands, divine healing instruments, advanced healing processes still running, bathing you in golden light. So take this golden light that's just melting and radiating down from the galactic core, and allow that light to move all the way down inside of your own galactic core, your soul center, your solar centers, and releasing all of the memories that won't allow you to trust yourself, that won't allow you to trust your gifts, that won't allow you to trust the world, to trust others, and to trust God, creator, creatrix of all that is, that won't allow you to trust your creatrix self. So go ahead and just breathe in all of this new, renewed vitality from above you, from below you, and breathe in these glowing golden orbs that contain new magical possibilities and pure potential from those hidden realms. And allow all of this energy to move in waves of golden liquid light, drinking it, swallowing it, which melts away all of the shadows, but also reveal the concealed gifts in the nucleus, in the center of your shadow selves. And continue breathing in these drops of Amrita, the honeycomb, the honey nectar. And we invite in Cosmic Mother and Earth Mother, Divine Father, Earth Father, Cosmic Father to remother and refather us and to heal our divine femininity and our sacred masculinity. So just feel the shift as you breathe in and merge with and marry your highest selves, your own twin flame, and inviting in the backing and the blessing to reach and refresh every hidden shadow hiding in every cell, molecule, atom, muscle, tissue, blood, bones, and marrow, in every part of your every chakra, and every part of you, and every particle of you, in every empty space and place where you gave your powers away or they were taken, breathing back your powers, your dignity, your integrity, your authenticity, and allowing those shadows to just melt, to unwind, unlock, unravel, and unpack, to drop to your feet, and to allow our Earth Mother and Tara to take that, to transmute and recycle, repurpose that into Earth medicine on the new Earth. So just continue breathing now. We're almost there. And just feel that you're expanding now. You're growing, you're awakening. Your light is flowing and growing. And breathe with your whole face, your mouth, your nose, your nostrils, your brain, the left and right side of your hemisphere, and just breathe in all of the true you, the enhanced, awakened, ascended, evolving you, the healed, whole, and holy you, releasing all the karmic debt, the vows of silence, suffering, poverty, and celibacy. Purifying, detoxifying all the density as you open and expanding more and more, greater and greater, vaster and vaster, opening up those beautiful angel wings in the back of your heart. Opening up your mouth of God in the back of your head so you can see the blessings from behind you, in front of you, and all around you. Breathing in 360 degrees of pure light. And just see, feel, trust, sense, and know that all that toxic old energy, the shadows, the judges, the critics, the persecutors, the prosecutors, your voice, other voices that were less than kind, less than loving, less than compassionate, that you're now alchemically transmuting it with your own free will and divine intention and attention, releasing the poisons, parasites, and pollutants, replacing them with the magic, with the medicine, and with the miraculous healing that can only be experienced in the quantum realms. So sending those waves of light, feeding your soul, strengthening your light. Almost like a honey, it's slowly dripping, dropping, moving all the way down from your head to your heart and to your gut. Cleansing, clearing, purifying, detoxifying any stuck, old, heavy, dense energy, any hidden gifts, any part of you that you still hide from. And this brilliant golden honey energy is now swelling like a balloon, cleansing out any tension or toxicity, any pain from the front, back, sides of you, your neck, your mouth, your sinuses, opening and expanding those lungs, lower, middle, upper, raising your shoulders, and just letting all those blocks and burdens dropping, falling off and away from your shoulders, and just release them into the new earth energy, and allow that new earth energy and vitality to recycle and transmute the old energy into something good, into something beautiful and magical. And just continue breathing, coming back, doing a self-inquiry, a little check-in now, and notice how your body feels. And soften with your own intention with this golden liquid light. Let that golden liquid honey light, the prana, the mana, let that soften you and relax you and melt those shadows and allow those shadows to merge into your own light. and become as one, merging and marrying in the sacred reunion, and just let any stuck energy fall away, move away, release any false use. Let it slip off and away, any veils of illusion, confusion, delusion, so you can clearly remember who you are and why you're here. And step out of any suits of armor that still may be weighing you down, any emotional baggage, any heaviness, density, and allow that to melt with that golden, platinum, photonic, crystal, cosmic, Christed light. And just keep opening and expanding into that light, into all of your pathways. And moving that into your brain, left and right, into your heart, front, back, left, right. And that light softening you, loving you, awakening you, energizing you, and rebirthing you back to life. And let any remaining shadow drains or shadow losses or soul losses just continue to move and flow through you. Allow that to release out and away from the pores of your skin, from your veins, capillaries, from your bloodlines, from your timelines. And just keep breathing in the golden suns above you and below you, and allow that light, those activities of light, to move up, down, and to radiate all around, to brighten your true light. And just continue breathing in more star energy, more of your guardian angelics and archangelic energies, more celestial lunar energy. And allow this light to move through you, through your meridians, your chakras, your nadis, through your brain, your spine, your gut, your nervous system, through your adrenals, to uncover, to reveal concealed shadows, to love those shadows, to honor those shadows, and to recognize that the greatest shadows that you thought you had were actually gifts that were hiding, that you can now reveal, that now it's safe to know, to express, and to reveal in this age of Aquarius, in this golden age. So continue breathing into your magical, miraculous self, selves, your multiple souls, your multidimensional true nature, and allow all of your minds, your bodies, your spirits, and your soul to be rebirthed and resurrected, to rise up out of the ashes of despair and dis-ease, discomfort, so you can once again feel whole, holy, and comfortable in the skin you were born in. Calling back your little one, your lost innocence, presence, potency, clarity, confidence, self-esteem, loving your body just as it is, recognizing, appreciating the gift that you are, and allowing your inner child, that child body, those soul parts to return, to be retrieved, recovered, and rescued. Breathing all of the parts of your playful, truthful, joyful nature to return back home, to rest in the mother temple of your own body, to rest and digest all you've been through, all you've been exposed to reactivate your greatest light, your divinity, your mastery, sovereignty. So continue breathing in the earth and the star angels, and notice that those etheric acupuncture needles are now dissolving, are now being removed. Your divine doctors, spirit surgeons, and overlighting acupuncturists have now removed, released, and unlocked all of the blocks, all of the negative implants, imprints. Replace them with positive ones in your organs, in your muscles, in your cells. And let's focus now for the last 5 minutes on your breath. The power of your breath is what enlightens you, what energizes you, what renews you. So continue breathing in this soft, serene, golden liquid light. And notice that those shadows never needed to hide. Notice that the shadow parts of you, the shameful parts of you, have always been there to protect you. And now you can recollect you, and you can support yourself as your greatest guide, guardian, and caretaker, as your own godparent. So let's reconnect you now to the positive imprints and implants, the ones that are backing and blessing you in all of your lives, in all galaxies, realities, and timelines. Let's anchor this into your body. The pieces of stars, the flowers of life. Let's breathe that into your pineal gland, pituitary gland, into your parasympathetic nervous system. Let's turn on, awaken, and activate the oxytocin, the good feeling, happy hormones, the calm, soothing, serene hormones. Let's release. Let's ask this emotionally intelligent light to help us to become emotionally intelligent, this living light, this nameless light, this holy light. Let this light merge deep within us. And let's ask to reconnect with this light, to brighten our own light, to cleanse, clear, purify, detoxify anything that we as an empath, as a starseed, and as a sensitive soul have ever mistaken for anything other than love. Let's breathe together into your auric fields, into your subtle causal bodies, into all of your bodies, all the way down and through into your primordial first original 8 cells of creation, the golden multicolored spinning orbs, crystal geometries, flowers of life, liquid smoke, the vapors, the mist, the space dust, and the star medicine, and allow them to spin all around us. And now we're going to go inside of each shadow, melt it, dissolve it, love it, honor it, accept it, and make peace with it. And allow these beautiful spinning crystalline vortexes to spiral all around it, to bless these shadows, to illuminate the shadows. And let's breathe all of this into your heart space, into your holy lotus heart space, opening 1,000-petaled lotus flowers one by one, each one containing a greater gift than the one before, each one revealing all your concealed selves, the hidden selves. And again, continue just breathing and focusing on how you would like to feel, what you would like to be doing and feeling and experiencing in your lives. And let's make an offering to your unique shadow selves, to the perfectionist in you, to the judge in you, to that critic in you, to the victim in you, to the rescuer in you, to all the parts of you that weren't shown or taught how to love, honor, and cherish every part of you. And ask your shadows what it would like as a gift right now, so that you can bathe and bless those shadows in 100% pure light, so that you can feel safe being seen, being heard, being here, being one of the 144,000 light workers that are here to reveal the new earth, to rebirth, reveal, and resurrect that new earth. So take a moment and allow yourself to ground back into this galaxy, into this reality. We're just going to call in the 4 horizontal earth-planed angels and archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, and let them reset and recalibrate, readjust you, restructure, reorganize you, redirect any energies that have gone away that are good for you, that can support and serve and expand your greatest growth. Let's ask these archangels to reprint you with these blessings, with these gifts, with this multidimensional new earth awareness and consciousness. And allow them to come closer, to support you, to back and bless you, to reach and refresh you, to awaken you to the truth of your own light. Bow to them as they bow to you. To love yourself free of all false realities. Breathing back yourselves more and more, coming all the way back, recovering your body vessel, your body temple, just all the way back in through and expanding you, all of you. Your light shadows have now merged into one entity to awaken your sovereign divinity. So say thank you for this awareness. Thank you for the truth. Thank you for this inner standing. I am now free. I am now free to be me, the true me that I've always been. Thank you.
Thank you. What a beautiful, beautiful journey and a process. We are light and bright. Thank you.
Yeah,
That
so
is
just
so deeply healing.
take a moment, Loren, and all of your listeners, to just be in this energy, to just allow it in, to gift it in, to receive it in, all the way in, as a part of the natural you who you've always been. So just take a moment for the next 30 seconds to just soak in the silence and in the stillness. This is how we heal. When we allow and notice how we truly feel without blocking our feelings, without hiding, but really honoring all of our feelings. That's how we heal, from the inside out, not from the outside in.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Really feel your body and continue, like that golden light, that the orbs of light, the liquid light is still sort of radiating and shining the spotlight of new earth awareness on you as that being of heaven on earth, as that vessel of heaven on earth, that chalice of heaven on earth. So just continue bathing in it and spreading it all the way, like over and through you, around you, and just like caressing your body with this golden light, right? And it's just beautiful. So just, you know, whenever you're feeling that the world is dark or the world is unsafe, or you're feeling like your light is dimmed, just call in that light again. It's always available.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I really loved the golden honey.
Yeah.
And really
Mm-hmm.
we are the godparents now. Our higher self is here. This is what embodiment is, truly, as we feel the light. I love that. I call it acupuncture of light, light acupuncture.
Oh, I love that. Yes, yes. And I'm actually I'm actually working with people, and I'm going to be teaching some programs on galactic healing. And that's a beautiful name that you've thank you for naming that process, because people love it. I mean, it just is something so different. It's etheric, it's energetic, but it's on so many levels so much more powerful than having acupuncture in 3D.
Yes, you know, as you began this session, there were so many beings that joined us. You're probably aware of that as you were calling them in. Mm-hmm. As they were coming in, the audio on our program. And so I held space for them to clear it in, but there was so much energy coming in that it was, for a moment, it was just kind of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It stabilized, but it was very good. So
okay.
I think that's just amazing. The energy, that's an energetic. That doesn't happen on Zoom. That doesn't really happen. I've never experienced that. And so
I have. It happens to
energy,
me.
right? It's a lot of beings are joining us, a lot of divine beings.
Yes, yes. But as long as it didn't last too long, right? It only lasted a few seconds or minutes.
Maybe a couple minutes. I'm not
sure.
Okay.
Okay, but then good. But that's not bad. Okay.
No,
So
for those who were committed and honoring this space, it was a beautiful journey. It was really a beautiful journey. And so, I mean, I feel really light and bright here. Angel wings are expanded. That, again, was a beautiful journey. Very calm, collected. I really hope everyone is feeling the new earth energy within their body, the creativity. And so thank you, Vandana, for that. You've got a couple of, I'm going to do a little plug here. You've got a program of tools, wonderful tools that people can continue this work with you and go very deeply. Your work is very transformational on so many levels. And so we're really thankful that you've got a package for everyone. On the special offer link to this page, you'll see Vandana's special offer. And there's a lot of items in there. And so we're not going to take too much time because we're going to go to your after party as well.
Yay,
Yay.
after party.
And the after party is where you can share your shift with us.
Yes, I
It's
love it.
fun. No, I'm just
Awesome.
kidding. It really is a safe place. It's like it's an intimate community. We're in our Zoom room. We hang out for just a little bit after this broadcast, and we talk with Vandana, and we share our new earth experiences, dreams, and our shift experiences. So let me pull up a screen here.
And I just did too. So I can get started. I'll go real, I'll just like just share in a nutshell the basics of all of the medicine, the soul medicine in this package. So package A, or offer 1, as you have put it, contains 8 MP3s and MP4 soul shadow healing journeys to boost your energy, raise your vibration, and make peace and befriend, your shadow side, right? I mean, everybody has it, but some people call it like, oh, that person has like a wild side that they don't talk about, or, some kind of a dark side, like, but actually there's nothing really scary, because these are just parts of ourselves that we felt that people wouldn't accept, or they would judge, right, or criticize. So it's natural that everybody has some little shadows hiding out. But the thing is, when you show them the light, they're like, woo, they're just like want to gravitate right to that illumined light and just bathe in that light themselves. Because I've been hiding and like stuck and buried, like trapped for so long inside of us. So the first one is about loving, honoring, and integrating your shadow selves. Second is a cosmic soul journey for soul loss, I call it scarcity, meaning any kind of lack or limitation, limiting beliefs, or it could be actual, these false beliefs and judgments that became a physical lack. So that started showing up out like in our lives, like, for example, scarcity, poverty, any type of lack or not enough, because we believe that we weren't enough, which again, it's another lie and story. And, with self-inquiry, with these tools, just ask yourself, well, is this mine, or is this, my mother's, my father's, my ancestors? And, if you, want to start feeling empowered again, then you want to listen to these, because we're not just here to survive, we're here to thrive, right? And most of these wounds, these shadow wounds, actually come from the womb. And they're in our genetics. So that's why the field of epigenetics is so strong, is so empowering, because even though that is true, we've inherited certain trauma genes based on our ancestral, like our family's environment. In our present environment, with a new mindset, with an expanded belief system based on the truth, we can change all of that. So we can heal womb wound, ancestral or intergenerational wounds. Then the third is about interdimensional soul retrieval and timeline integration, because this is about not only like welcoming these shadow aspects and archetypes back into our own light, but also integrating, because that's why many times it's so hard for us to process. I call it to rest and digest, everything that we've lived through and been through. I mean, death, loss, divorce, separation, abandonment, all of that can actually form a shadow. So this is about integrating everything with ease and grace, but, giving yourself the space to do it yourself, because you're your own greatest authority. You're the only one that knows what's going on behind the scenes, right? Nobody can really know you the way you do. So that's why we always ask our higher selves, our highest selves, our I am presence, our oversouls to light up that, the way, so that we can recognize our soul purpose, why we're here. So the next is about a soul star chakra ascension activation. Then we have an intergalactic divine intervention for money karma and poverty vows, which I was just speaking about, which is always the number one topic, isn't it? The most popular and requested calls. Because the thing is, if we don't feel that we deserve to be healthy, wealthy, and have all of our needs provided for, if we didn't have that kind of father that provided for us, or we never felt safe in our homes or supported by our mothers, then we have to learn a new way of reparenting ourselves, the parts of us that still feel, unworthy or unsafe. And that's what creates the debts and the karma and the disempowerment and the family shadows. That's number 6, because we are soul, but also our family has a soul. So we want to get into that to repattern and reprint our ancestral DNA. And that's important too. And then we want to go into the Syrian Great White Lodge of planet Sirius and planet Arcturus. And I work with someone called Mighty Blue Eagle, which is a collective consciousness of thousands of blue flamed lightning angels. And they're from Star Sirius. And they work with the Syrian Star Councils. And what they do is they can swoop down when you call them in with this indigo blue light and really kind of free you from all of those hidden shadows that you might not even be aware of, that are keeping you stuck and suffering in this, kind of false imprisonment. So it's like the shadows can actually hold us prisoners of our own lives, where we never ask for more because there's some type of hidden shadow that makes us feel that we are not worth it. So the last one is a soul shadow healing with spirit shamans and doctors of divinity, kind of like what you experience today. And everyone is assigned a soul team at birth and even pre-birth. And these are members of your soul councils or your soul groups or clusters that can help you to break the vows, the contracts, and the karmic agreements that are not serving or supporting you. And when you heal and you break these vows, you can create new promises to yourself based on your conscious awareness, based on free choice, so that your entire lineage can heal at the same time and you can all get free together. And the more empathic, psychic, and sensitive you are, the more you probably feel the pain of others or even others' shadows.
All right. Well, thank you. That is Vandana speaking to us about her special offer. Again, that is available at bit.ly/Vandana offer, and you can check that out. Let's hope our line stabilizes. Vandana, do we still have you? We're going to hold space. Join us by phone or maybe reconnect. All right. Vandana, thank you so much. Your special offer also includes a personal session with you, which that's very helpful because that's the one-on-one attention that really helps pinpoint what really needs to be healed within ourselves. So thank you for that. All right, excellent. There's another option there on that page, which is a 5-week home study course with Vandana, and we invite you to look at that and check it out. You can read more about it at the special offer on this webpage or connected to this webcast. There we go. Vandana, hello, you are back. Unmute yourself. We might be muting and unmuting each other. Thank you, Vandana. Welcome back. She dropped off. All right, folks. So thank you, thank you, thank you. She's going to come back on. That is our show for today. We really hope that you enjoyed our program. There's Vandana. Welcome back. But your audio's not connected, so we'll give you a moment to get your audio connected. All right. So you're unmuted, but just keep working on that, Vandana. All right, everyone. Well, I wanted to share with you all before we wrap up our show today, we're going to have a very special after party with Vandana this afternoon, and you are invited. And I wanted to share a little bit about these after parties. Every time we do a QCTV video, we do it on Zoom and we stream to YouTube, and then we hang around after, and you're invited into that audience so that you can share your journey with us, ask us any questions you like, and just be a part of our New Earth community. It's here to support each one of us as we move with these New Earth energies. So if that tickles your toes and rings your bell, please join us. You can visit bit.ly/QCTV membership, and you can pick a membership level. Thank you so much. Vandana, you're back. I'm glad that
I'm back. I am here. Yeah, I wasn't sure what was happening, but I think you heard like everything. I got to the end of the package, and then I saw something on my screen and I was like, okay, so I guess that's a sign. But anyway, I hope you heard all 8 descriptions of the MP3s and the MP4s that you can listen to before you go to bed. That's always the time when your divine healing intervention team, your dream doctors come in, and they can actually do the majority of the work when your mind is quiet and your body is at rest, and you're the most receptive to the higher frequencies and the divine doctoring energies. So that was package A.
Good. And then I just briefly mentioned your package B. We've got another minute here before we get to our after party. So just share on the special offer. That's through Skype. That's one-on-one attention. You work deeply with your clients. And then there's also a 5-week home study course. So just about a minute to explain that.
Yeah, sure. Package B is where you get to work with me privately, and then I can almost immediately I call in my team, my God team, and I ask them to identify where your shadows are buried, where they're still lingering, and also to remind you of your greatest gifts and strengths, and just to really empower and inspire you to transform your life from the inside out now in this timeline. And that's package B. It's 30 minutes. It's actually on Zoom, and then I record it so you get the replay. Package C is basically a 5-week course where you can use the clearings, the recreations and the resets on yourself, your loved ones, your family members, on your clients, on anyone in the world that you feel is like really kind of stuck and blocked, or people who just keep repeating the same cycles of stress, struggle, suffering, and you know that they have tons of shadows that they're not owning, that they have actually disowned, and you want to use the tools to empower yourself and others. And this is a 5-week journey. Each one is 2 hours long. Listen from the comfort of home in your own sacred healing space. And just, you could listen to it in segments, or you could listen to each class. So you have 5 classes, 2 hours long, 10 hours of amazing, blissful energy, but also practical healing tools that you can apply right away to your own life.
Yes. People love your work. They love your voice. They love the
Aw,
programs. The healing is significant. It
thank
is transformational. So
thank
thank
you.
you for that. Thanks for that special offer. It really is a great value. If you're interested in working deeper with Vandana and really excavating yourself in that way, check out that special offer. Again, it's at bit.ly/Vandana offer. Okay, Vandana, we're going to say goodbye. I thank you for this very sacred circle. We
Thank
are
you.
energized with new earth, and it's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Loren. I appreciate you.
And I'm going to see you in the after party, right?
Yes. Will you send me, is it a different link
You're going
or?
to stay right here,
Okay,
and those who want to
good.
join us are going to join us. And so, if you'd like to join us, we're going to take this 5-minute break, and then
Okay.
we'll pick up where we left off. And it's your chance to ask Vandana a question and share your shift. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.
We are dancing our way to the cosmic heart. Enjoy. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Galey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.